Dracarys.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube. Winter is coming.
Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 31 of the Side Effect Podcast. My name is Chris, and as usual, I am here with my distinguished co-hosts, Val from McCullough's Geek and Tarzan from Trial by Trivia. James is MIA today. He has to work, and he's trying to get his schedule straightened out, so we apologize. We're a couple weeks behind, so he will skip this one, but the next one will be the JFK podcast. That's what we had planned on to do today, but again, James is trying to work on his schedule, so he's MIA for this one, but let's get into the biggest thing on the planet right now, the biggest thing in pop culture, Fortnite. So yes, we usually don't do video games, but we're not going to be just talking about the video game. We're going to talk about a little bit about why it's such a huge thing right now. We got some comparisons to World of Warcraft back in the day. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. Why is it so big? Why do we love or hate Fortnite?
Well, I mean, because
Yeah, I guess let's start off with why is this game so damn big? I mean, if you don't even play video games, we don't want to stress this. We don't normally talk video games here, but it is a pop culture thing right now, right? So why is it in even if you don't play, even if you're an old man who's never even seen a Sega, you've heard the name Fortnite. Why? What's going on? What about this game is attracting the entire world?
yeah, that's a good question.
It is.
I mean, okay, let me try to think about this.
I guess because if you know that answer, you could be a billionaire potentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's something about it. I guess it could be even a combination of things. Everything that comes together just right to make something like really good and addictive. I think one of the reasons, maybe one of the main reasons why it's so big is because you get to play it with friends, and it's also addictive, so it makes you spend a lot of time with friends. And when you spend a lot of time with friends, these days, you create a lot of inside jokes, you create a lot of memes, and that just ties into the whole social media stuff, and you start sharing those memes, and it starts blowing up on social media, and anything that blows up on social media gets really big. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of they just hit the perfect storm, no pun intended. We'll get into what the game's about here shortly, but I think it's the perfect mix between a shooter, which goes along with the Call of Duty franchise, right? That's the most popular shooters ever, probably. And this building thing, which was a new concept in gaming, really, or relatively new. And then this battle royale thing. So there is a local mode, a story mode, and I don't think anybody plays that. I don't know if they do or not. I mean,
I know
guess
one
a few
person
people
who
do.
does. Shout out to Misha if you're listening. I know you're one of the very few people who plays that.
Yeah. So all I know about the basic story is that the storms that force you together in the battle royale mode is what creates these zombie monsters in the main story mode. But anyway, I think a big part of it's free to play.
Oh yes.
So it's free to play, and they make their money off V-Bucks, which is the virtual currency where you buy skins and all this stuff. So I think that's I think it's fucking genius. It's free to download and play anytime. You don't have to buy these things. Don't enhance your gameplay whatsoever. It's just the look of it, but it's just got the right balance, I think, of the first-person shooter. The building is something new to gaming, and then the cartoony kind of feel, the fun feel. It's Hunger Games. It's Hunger Games on steroids. Is what it is to me.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, battle royale style. If you're not familiar, is just 100 people jump in off a party bus. You skydive down to one big island that changes, and that's another great thing about it. As far as the game itself is the story that goes along with the changes of the map.
Yeah, exactly.
So you all jump down this island, and you all want to kill each other, but there's a story that goes along with it. It updates every 8 weeks when a new season comes out.
Yeah, and actually, like, that is a really good point, because that is one of the most successful strategies, I guess, to use for marketing, is just turn it into a story, because everyone loves stories. And, whenever you're telling a good story, people will want to listen and follow. So that probably adds to it as well, for sure.
Right. And then every little single update, they update stuff and give you hints about the next season, and they leave little things around the map that gives you clues on TV screens and houses and shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the perfect combination of everything in a game. I don't know. Tarzan, we all play it. We all play it here, I think, to some extent. Probably all semi-addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tarzan may be the worst out of all of us, I think, as far as addiction goes.
Well, I get a lot of help, but my son plays it too. And that's kind of, I think, two big things they got going on is they're appealing to very large, how would you say it, age?
Demographic. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
demographic,
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly. So, I get on there and I mean, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but sometimes you get on there and get a bunch of these little kids how they can even talk, and you know what I mean? And you're like, damn it. That's if you allow randoms in. I think two the big things they got going for them, one is marketing, because they've got NFL players. They're doing tournaments now with celebrities. I mean, the marketing has been very well done, and the fact that the game is free. So all you got to do basically is have a PS4 and have internet, and you can have this game.
Or a PC.
Yeah,
or
any
PC.
platform.
Yeah, you're right. Xbox, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they recently put it on, what is the Switch? Switch has it now too, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Or is about to have it, one of the two.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said about your son playing it. Here's the thing: if my 17-year-old daughter sits down and plays a video game, something's wrong with the world. She tries. She's horrible, but she tries to play Fortnite, and because it's just the thing. So you got kids from 8 years old to 45 years old, 45-year-old kids playing this game, probably older. So they hit such a large demographic, like you said. It's insane.
And the other thing is too is like the big thing is kind of like what Chris was pointing out. You land on this island, and this every week there's an update. Like last night we had an update, and something changes every time. They just recently, if you play 7 weeks, and they give you all these challenges. If you have what they call the what is it called? The pass, right? The season pass.
Yeah, the battle pass.
Yes, if you have that, which I have that, and I kind of do it old school. I kind of trying to earn everything. So I never want to spend another dollar if I can help it, or I can stop my kid from spending the V-Bucks. That's another thing. You earn V-Bucks throughout playing this game. Basically what's going on here is that, they have all these different characters, and they have all these different they have dances, and that's just, it's real versatile. So it appeals like, some people want to be a bush. I don't want to be a fucking bush. Yes. And they got some stuff that appeals to the younger people. They got the stink bombs. They got, llamas. And I mean, it all appeals. And then, and those llamas are more adult things like, sniper. One of my favorite weapons, actually, believe it or not, are the plungers. I am very good with the fucking plunger. It's basically a bomb on a plunger. When you throw it and it sticks to you, and you're fucked. That's all there is to it.
That's what's great about it, right there. Is like you said, it's these little cute things that seem to be resonating with everybody. Like it's not a regular grenade; it's a plunger with a fucking explosive on it. And it sticks to you. The llama is now iconic, and they've hit this little thing with these cute little items. And it's not like a bloody thing. You are trying to kill each other, but it's not like a bloody thing. There's no blood. And as a matter of fact, it seems to be like a virtual you. Right? When you die, this little thing comes out and you disappear. So it's like the virtual type thing. We'll put the sound effect right here. We'll put the sound effect of when you die. What happens? A little machine comes out and scans you, and you kind of scans you, and you disappear.
Yeah. And they seem to hit on things like like with the NBA Finals, they had a skin that was kind of like this LeBron James looking dude. Right now, you can purchase these soccer outfits from different countries.
Yeah, with the World Cup. Yep.
Yeah. When Infinity War came out, they had this mode where you had Thanos in there.
Yeah,
that is true.
They're really milking that.
So yeah, like I think Tarzan, you mentioned it. You started to get into it. So let me just bounce off you for a second. One of the reasons this thing blew up, you mentioned NFL players, is Twitch, right? You have these huge streamers on Twitch that are breaking every Twitch record. And that starts with Ninja. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of pro players, and I got beat by 2 the other day, by the way. That's what I was telling you about. TSM. Anyway, so Ninja had, I think what really got it going was Ninja having Drake, right? So he's this big streamer. He got huge with Fortnite, and then Drake was following him, and then they ended up playing a duo match and broke the internet. Yeah. And that's kind of what kicked it off. So I think the previous record was, I don't know, 300,000 something consecutive viewers on Twitch, and they hit 600 and something thousand viewers on one fucking stream.
That is pretty insane. Yeah, I guess that's one of the biggest things also that made it grow so much is all these big people playing. And I mean, that's basically, I think what game developers should be aiming for is something that is very playable for Twitch, because that could really like make any game blow up if you do it right. I wanted to add another thing that we haven't mentioned, for the demographics thing and how it appeals to so many people, and it's also the fact that it's really easy to get into. There's not like this culture of like, it like, I don't know, have you ever heard about Dota and how it's like they hate noobs type of thing? Like if you don't know how to play, you get hated on and stuff like that, and so it's not really inviting.
Like if you're a bush in this one.
Yeah.
The campers.
Yeah, and then in this one, it's so easy to get into it, and like, and actually, I was just watching a video about the bloom thing, some of the weapons that have bloom, which is like randomized spray, which means that some guns that you use, the shooting, the accuracy of them is randomized, so it's more about luck than skill.
Yes,
And
I think I saw the video you're talking about. Somebody complaining about bloom.
yeah,
Right? Why it's killing Fortnite or something.
it is. They say it's killing Fortnite, but I feel like it's the thing that's letting Fortnite get so big. It's just that it's so open for everyone, and like even noobs can kill good people. Even noobs can win number one.
Yeah, because they've had the first shot accuracy thing for a while, which is like a random generated thing, or it's supposed to be more. The first shot is supposed to be more accurate, regardless. But I don't know. I mean, I see the bloom argument, but you have to be skilled to play this game. I mean, that's all there is to it. It takes time, and you get that dope. Once you get that first kill, you get that dopamine hit, and you want to keep going.
Oh, it does, and that's not it. That's not the only thing that does the dopamine thing. It's just like sure, you get that when you get a kill and you just want to keep going, but also when you don't have a satisfying game, which is like 90% of the time, you want to go in again and do it better.
That's right. That's right. I mean, this is the only game that 9 out of 10 games are shitty.
Yeah.
And you still want to keep playing with that. I mean, I occasionally break your keyboard and throw mouses through the window, but
but there's always that chance that you can just do that.
That's right.
Better.
That's right. And let me say this really quick on the camping thing. I don't have a problem with that. Look, if you want to play that style, it's a strategy. All right,
dude. Every time I camp, I get killed. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't do it either, but because I think it's just a boring play style. But I hear a lot of people, campers, noobs, and whatever. Look, here's the thing. Yes, it's agitating when you're working your ass off and you walk by a bush and it kills you. I understand, but it's still a valid strategy if you want to be sneaky. And you still have to at least kill the person at the end if you do make it that far. Anyway, sorry, we won't get into the gameplay right now. But
well, the other thing too that we're kind of missing here is these storms that come in. These storms are generated, and you get these circles basically, and you want to be within that circle because once the timer runs out, the storm starts closing, and that thing randomly moves wherever the hell pretty much it wants to. It's never in the center of a circle. You know what I mean? You could think, I'm going to head to the center, and next thing you know, the next circle's way off to the left. You know what I mean? So it's not like, some other games where, you just have this one, spot and you can basically hide wherever you want. The game could last forever. This is not necessarily the story. This storm will close until it completely closes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it does. It forces you together. Absolutely. And and it does damage to you when you get caught in the storm.
Yes.
And then the further you are into the game, the storms get more powerful.
Exactly. And like I said, they add all these different modes too. And I mean, they just keep it, they do what they can to keep it fresh. And that's what's going to keep people playing. They add characters like John Wick and Thanos and, and then some of their own custom characters. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are corny as hell, but it's meant to appeal to, different people. So,
yeah. And I'll tell you what, you mentioned earlier, the dances. That was the other thing as far as the how it's gotten so big in the pop culture. There's whole entire videos now of people, in real life doing these Fortnite dances, and they base them
real
off
dances,
real people.
real dances, yeah.
You have these dances. You can do it. Yeah, you can do emotes. Like you kill somebody, you can brag by dancing on their, where you're picking up their fucking loot, and they keep adding these new emotes all the time. And then you see the videos on YouTube where comparing them to real life, and so all these little things that add up to make it so appealing to everybody. Because it's just fun and cartoony.
There are definitely things about it I don't like, but for the majority, I just hope maybe they work on some of it. Because we're talking about going through these levels and going through your tiers. As you go through these tiers, you acquire more. You acquire something every tier, whether it be a dance, whether it be different skin or V-Bucks or experience. But the thing I don't like is those freaking stickers. Or not those. You know what I'm talking about? Those throw things.
Yeah, it's just an emote. Yeah, just an emote sticker.
Yeah, you like throw a heart in the air or some bullshit. Those I'm not too crazy about. And then they add like the spray paint thing in there now too.
And that's actually kind of cool. You can actually spray paint on any surface. That's pretty cool. And then that's actually a challenge, right? It's a current challenge. You have to spray over 7 different posters around the map, and you don't know where those posters are.
Yeah. And I'm not going to get all into details. They say you got to find 7, but come to find out, there's like 12 of them. I'm a horror when it comes to these new challenges coming up. I mean, when the new week comes up, I try to stay up and I get on it right away. And usually everybody comes to me and like, oh, where's the posters? Where's this? Where's that? And I already know where everything is. Or soccer goals. That was a new thing because of the World Cup.
Oh yeah, I was playing a soccer game the other day.
They put the new stadium.
And it's funny because they add like these weird,
like
you got your normal soccer fields in there. I think there's 3 of them. And then, am I right? One in Pleasant, you got the big new arena, and then you got the indoor one. Those are the 3 main ones. But then you go to like this place called, Flush Factory, and they set up one that's got like toilets on each side with a soccer ball.
Yeah, in the parking lot. Yeah. The toilets are the goals. It's set up as goals. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's one in, Anarchy. You've got all these scarecrows set up that kind of looks like a foosball table. I just cut them out of the way and just kicked the goal. But it's set up like, like somebody set up a soccer field in their farm. That's what it looks like. So it's creative,
It is. And then when you actually can kick the ball around and score a goal, it actually makes a noise and throws up confetti and shit. And all these little things they keep adding. Like the shopping carts is another thing that's outstanding. You can ride around and push each other in fucking shopping carts. Everybody can relate to that because you all do it at Walmart. Every one of you. You know what I mean? I do. I ride shopping carts every time I'm in a store.
And that's
yeah. That actually came from PUBG, no? PUBG did that first.
We'll talk about that here in a minute.
I don't know much about PUBG. I know they're suing them. I know we'll get into that. Val, you got all that info. I'm not down with the latest info on the lawsuit.
The latest and greatest, dirtiest.
But like you're talking about the soccer car, they got this one big hill. Have you seen that with the ramps? And one of my favorite places is just sit at the bottom of the hill, wait for them to come down, and they come just flying out of the air and just boom, shoot them in the head with a shotgun.
Jesus. Oh my God, imagine. And you know what? Like, it was so cool to like be, oh no, because we were all teammates, never mind. But I was thinking like we were all playing soccer. Like, yeah, that would never happen. You would never play soccer with your enemies. Would you? I mean, there's gonna be some people that are cool enough to just start playing soccer and not shoot
you. But like, there's some things in here. There's some of these things they want you to do in the game, and you're like, oh, everybody's cool. Next thing you know, as soon as they do theirs, they shoot you.
Yeah.
You could actually get banned if you it's called teaming if you don't kill each other.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's kind of like the thing when you land right beside somebody and you grab a weapon and they don't, they just start dancing because they know they're gone. Dude,
I just start going at them with my pickaxe. I'm gonna die fighting, It's just
same here. I don't dance either. I'm trying something.
I was gonna explain to people in the audience if you don't know about Fortnite. Like you start off with a pickaxe, and because you have to mine materials, which is what you use for building. So the point of the game is you have to grab an enemy. It's just like the whole battle royale genre. But like, yeah, you land and then you have to find the gun as soon as possible, as fast as possible, because someone else could come and kill you while you're still holding your pickaxe and have nothing to shoot with.
Yes, and the pickaxe only does 10 damage per hit.
Yes.
On the mechanics of the game, you have 100 health to start with, and then you have another 100 health you can get with shield potions, right? So you can get a max 200 health, and then different guns do different damage depending on what it is and the range and all that stuff, and whether it's a headshot or whatever. So all that stuff is pretty cool. It is physics based. You have bullet drop on snipers and stuff like that. It's insane to master because the bullet actually curves down and drops.
Yeah.
So you got to learn all. So it's definitely a very skill based game for good high end players, especially to build at the same time as you're trying to kill somebody who's building as well. And shooting back.
Like I said, there's so many other things to this game too that's just crazy. It's just how you play it. There's times where I haven't had a weapon, or no, I've had weapons and been out of like ammo. You're just in this major shootout. I just happen to be near a cliff, and I'm like, you ain't getting my shit, and just jump off into the fucking ocean.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never thought
that's
of that.
True. Like when somebody sticks you with a plunger, man, you run towards them.
That's what I was about to tell you. Me and a buddy of mine, it was 3-on-4, and then we were the last, 7 on the map, and we stuck each other with fucking plungers. So his plunger won't do damage to me, and my plunger won't do. So we had to stay away from. So we just ran up to them, and it fucking knocks them on their ass. Yeah, there's a lot of dirty things that you can do in this game. Actually, there's a lot of dirty play. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
I find funny, like I've seen one of the top players, some of his techniques, and it's really funny because he's so creative in the way that he plays the game. Like he will, I don't know. He was teaching about this one technique where you destroy an actual wall of the house and then you build one of your own walls, which is like, I don't know if it's like harder to destroy or something, but like this person was just they were running away from him, and they like went into a building, and this guy started like closing all of the windows and doors, and then kind of like locked them inside of the building, and then they easily like, oh yeah, they blocked one door, and they went around and blocked the other door, and then they came around again, I think, and then came out the other door, and the person inside was waiting at the wrong door, and he came from behind. It was
yeah. I mean, plus you put up your own walls so you can edit your own stuff, and you can open them up and make windows and shoot through them, and they can't do anything but pickaxe it. So
yeah, exactly.
A lot of shit going on in this game. But going back for a second to the pop culture thing, the last time we saw something this big, it's actually controversial in a lot of circles, I guess, because kids are addicted to it, adults are addicted to it. We all remember World of Warcraft coming out, the MMO. I'm guilty of this myself. I played Star Wars Galaxies, and then our guild went over to WoW for a long time, and it didn't go over well with the wife at the time, even though I only played at night after she went to bed, but it still was just a problem. So I imagine there's a lot of families out there, parents concerned about kids. And here's the thing. Look, it's not the game's fault. It's like everything, moderation, but people can't control it.
Yeah,
it's that dopamine hit. I got to win a game. I got to get my umbrella. You all this stuff. You get one win. Now I need 2. Now I need 10.
Yeah, I got a group of buddies that I play squads with, and we got 6 wins in one day, and we've been trying to break that record. It's just little things that you do to yourself, really, is what it is. So yeah, squads is my thing.
You got to get up and remember to eat. I mean, this is one of those things that if you have a free day, you look up and it's fucking 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And you didn't eat supper.
It's like, oh shit, I just lost 10 pounds.
Yeah. So it actually could be healthy. I don't know.
It could be healthy. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. It always turns my 2-hour streams into 3-hour streams.
Yeah.
One more.
Exactly.
And that's just it. They as the year goes by, they just kind of stay with kind of trending things and keep adding it to this game. Like I said, now it's a soccer thing. Before that was the football. Before that was the Marvel, Thanos thing. And who knows what's next? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that with the NFL coming up soon, there'll be some NFL stuff going on, whether it's skins or football fields or whatever.
You know what? I think I would spend all of my money on it if they did a thing for Game of Thrones when it comes out.
That would be cool.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I bet you they may. They're huge now, and they're getting the attention of everybody as far as marketing goes. So I would not doubt that.
Yeah. Then, like we were saying earlier before we started recording, it's like it's very possible that Fortnite ends up on South Park.
Yes, because that's what I was going to say a minute ago at the WoW. We did mention that before we started recording. WoW is now a meme on South Park because people spent hours and hours and hours every day playing that, and it broke up families and all that shit, which again, it goes back to, self-control. It's not the game's fault, but yeah, it's going to be on South Park, no doubt. It's everywhere right now. You cannot, my whole feed on YouTube is Fortnite shit, clips, whatever. You've had channels pop up overnight, how they have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subs, just using other people's shit and putting clips up. So anything Fortnite related is insane right now. As a matter of fact, I'm creating my Fortnite channel right now. I'm going to download clips off Twitch and just post them up. Anyway, so Val, Fortnite, we all know that apparently they're getting sued by PUBG. What's that all about? I mean, is there something to PUBG's lawsuit because they think they're copying them, or Is it more of a hater thing? They can't stand that they've found the success.
Well, I mean, it's technically a bit of both, or a lot of both. They are suing them for copyright infringement, claiming that Fortnite just basically that they saw how popular PUBG was, and then they made the same game. Um, and so the biggest argument that everyone has, and well, I guess we should start from the beginning. In PUBG, if you guys don't know what PUBG was like the first Fortnite. It's exactly like Fortnite, but the style of it is just completely different. There's no building, and yeah, I think Chris already said that. But yeah, it's battle royale and more realistic looking. It's not as cartoony as Fortnite.
Yeah, it's more military style, not cartoony. Yeah.
Yeah, but the game isn't optimized at all, and like there's so many bugs, and they're not fixing any of it. Like they treat their players like crap apparently, because they don't want to fix their game, and all they want to do is just sue Fortnite. So that's what people are angry about. It's just spend that time fixing the fucking game instead of just going all petty against Fortnite.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so the thing about this suing thing, that was something I was just learning about today, is that it sounds ridiculous and impossible for them to win this copyright fight.
Yeah, considering there's so many battle royale games, this is not anything new. It's just, we were talking about earlier, I think it's just the right combination of everything. But Fortnite has been around since 2011. I don't know a lot of people know this. Their first trailer was 2011, and again, it was for a standalone story mode. But this is how long this thing's been in development. But the whole battle royale thing is not new.
Yeah, no, and like Minecraft did it first, and H1Z1. What's
Yes,
that? What's it called? Okay.
Yeah, H1Z1. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've all done it first, and then but the thing about this lawsuit is that it's not happening in America. It's happening in Korea, right? And the thing about the copyright in Korea is that they're very new with that. Like they only started making copyright laws in like the 1900s. Anyway, it's been like there's like a 200-year gap. That's what I'm trying to get to. And in Korea, what's different in Korea apparently, from what I've been learning, is that they care more about like family and taking care of themselves first, instead of taking care of the case in a like neutral way, in an unbiased way. So they're more known for making sure that Korea thrives, right? South Korea.
It's a money
thing
thing.
About that is that's the thing that's making it really possible that they just screw over Fortnite because of this way of thinking, and they see that there's a lot to gain as a country for this lawsuit, for them to win this lawsuit. That is something pretty crazy. And
well, how would they gain from? How would they gain though from it? I'm just curious. I really don't know.
Financially, is like the company that and the company that made PUBG is Korean. So
okay, there you go. That's all. That's what I need to know. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
got you.
That and then what the other thing that comes with that is how it's gonna set a new standard for like copyright laws. If they win this, that's gonna change a lot of things. Starting out in Asia and then moving maybe to like the whole world. It's gonna be crazy. Like they need to pick between these two things. Okay, so like, do you really want to screw up the way that these copyright laws work, or do you want to like kind of like help yourself, I guess?
Yeah. So I don't know how that turns out. I can see what you're saying about the money thing, but that wouldn't affect anywhere else, right? I guess.
Like it's a new thing. Like if they win, you could have a whole bunch of companies wanting to do the same and win too.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't see how they can. I mean, at least from a common sense standpoint, battle royale is not new. Shooting first person shooters are not new. Putting those together are not new. I don't know. It's a combination of a lot of old games, not just PUBG.
Yeah. So we hope it doesn't. But like what people are saying as well is that it doesn't matter if PUBG loses or wins. Everyone's still gonna hate PUBG for what they did.
That's true. Very true. It does sound petty from, it does.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details or claim to, but it does sound petty. Like, oh shit, they outdid us. We're going to sue them.
Yeah, because I'm reading something on this now on a site called Gaming Scan. And it's just talking about how many records Fortnite's breaking. It's already, it's killing PUBG. It looks like they're losing a lot of people too. And I also have a list here that kind of compares, according to this particular site, which is Gaming Scan, what we love about Fortnite, what we love about PUBG, what we didn't like about Fortnite, and what we did like about PUBG. And I can go through that if you want to. The key thing right there, number one for Fortnite, was it's free, well optimized, easy to spot enemies, fast paced, casual gameplay. Building mechanism adds higher skills ceiling, very quick from lobby to actual playing. What people love about PUBG: multiple maps, first person perspective game mode, realistic graphics and gunfights, driving, and character customizations. What they didn't like about PUBG: poorly optimized, hard to spot enemies, slow paced, too many campers.
There you go.
What we didn't like about Fortnite: only third person perspective game mode. Graphics may not appeal to everyone, no character customization. And now to go back to this, I think, like I said, Fortnite's only been, basically on the market, it's last summer or early fall, maybe.
July 2017, I think.
Okay. So they're not even, they're barely a year in, and they are slowly they're slowly working on customization things. You can see that happening. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, you have what is the one called? The Carbide and the Omega skins. You can kind of mess with those a little bit. I think they're headed in that direction. And
yeah, and the soccer skins now, you can put any number on it, stuff like that.
And you got like you said, the shopping carts. So it looks like they're slowly, maybe next we'll see golf carts or something. I got a feeling that's something they would do, and you probably would agree with me. So,
oh my God.
Yep.
Yes.
Anything kind of silly it is cool in this game.
Yeah.
It really is the way they do it.
So, I mean, they're working on it, and it's getting better and better. And I don't know if eventually we'll see other islands. I don't know, because, with the setup, you start on a small island and you go to this bigger island, and they keep doing this one island. So I don't know. At one time or another, you'll see more. I don't know. It really depends. And if it keeps growing, I just see them dumping more money into it, and then trying to probably market, like they just did with John Wick and Thanos, and trying to get, stuff like that into the game. Or like Val was saying, possibly, like when Game of Thrones or something like that comes out, something big, or Star Wars, and adding these elements into it. If, again, it's a marketing thing and money to do that.
There is one funny thing about PUBG. No, wait, hold on. Fuck, no. There is
soundbite.
Better maybe. There is one funny thing about Fortnite, actually. And I don't know, maybe I was getting trolled by my friends, but like the other day, like they came over, and they're not the type of people to play shooting games. Like they play a whole bunch of games, but they're more into like the your typical PS4 game or like Nintendo games. They don't play shooting games, and they don't play online. But so maybe that's why. But like we started talking about Fortnite, and they were like, this game is so popular that I'm just not gonna play it because it's so popular. Like just trying that, but they could have been trolling me. Could have been a joke.
Oh, the cool kids. We're not gonna do it. We're the cool ones.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thing now. It's like maybe it's cool to not play Fortnite.
All right. Well, I'll just go back to this. I was gonna say, because we touched on it earlier, like the big streamers, how it got popular. It's everywhere now. But I think one of the big factors is not just that Drake played with Ninja and all these NFL players, but when he did that, he made it cool to play video games. There's always been this stigma that gamers are just lazy. They're not, you know what I mean? Streamers and gamers and whatever, and it's stupid. It wastes your time. It desensitizes you to violence, all this other bullshit you've heard over the years. But when people like Drake and these NFL stars and people that played with Ninja came out, these rappers and stuff as well, it almost validated all these gamers' dreams of being a star or a streamer or whatever, and it made it cool to play games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really changed everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That gaming stigma, like your kid's just let around playing video games, he has no future. Well, now you can, if you're halfway entertaining and pretty good at the game.
Yeah, my God.
You can sit
Imagine
around.
the amount of parents that are regretting this shit right now.
Exactly.
I was also going to say that there's a lot of people who listen to this podcast that play with us. And if you would like to be one of those people, just come to one of our streams and we'll be playing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We could even do like side effects Fortnite streams. Maybe. I don't know.
I was going to actually mention that earlier today when James had to work. We couldn't do the JFK. I was like, we could just play.
Yeah, I actually thought about it too, but this seemed more responsible.
Yeah, yes, exactly. We got to talk about it. It's a big thing right now in pop culture. I know. Hopefully, people are understanding or made it this far and understand that it's not just talking about a video game, but it's more of the idea of like why it's so big and does it validate gamers? You know, does it make it cool to play games? I don't know. What made this particular game blow up so big as compared to the last 50 that came out this year?
Oh, I was gonna say, another thing that's really addictive about it, it's not just that you know you can do better next time, or there's always that hope that you can do better in the next round, but also it's just like you can usually tell what mistake you made, and then you tell yourself, I'm gonna remember to not do
Yes.
that next time. And it could be either you didn't build properly, or like you stood still, and like all these things, you can
Yes.
notice your mistakes. um so I think that's something might be different. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like
Yeah,
that.
and you can go out and if you say you start and it doesn't matter what platform, you got to be a better builder. You go out and farm wood or whatever, and you can sit on the edge of the map and build and just practice. And don't expect to win that game, but you know what I mean. You can in the lobby. It don't matter of fact, it don't last long enough sometimes because I try to I'm trying to move
Mhm.
around and strafe over while I'm still hitting a target in a lobby because it don't count obviously. And then all of a sudden you're on the bus. And
Yeah.
so you don't get enough practice time. But you can actually do that in game.
I wish they did have like a training mode that would be cool where you can just sit and build. And I mean,
Oh, that apparently that's coming.
oh really?
Yeah, it is. She's
Well,
right. Yep.
shit, that makes me happier.
There you go. And that's what I mean. It goes back to your point, Tarzan. Epic's on top of this shit, man. They are. That's why they're on top of it with the story mode, with the changes, with the map changes, and they listen to people.
Hmm.
They really do. Like, do you have a training mode? We'd like to get better at it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll work on it. So it's not just it's the opposite of PUBG in that sense, where everybody bitches about the bugs and they never fix it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so Epic sees that mistake and they're capitalizing on
Yeah.
it. So if for you guys that are listening who may not know, I know Val and I both do streams on Twitch. Tarzan, you're going to start, right? Is that correct? You're going to.
Yeah, as soon as I figure out what the hell I'm doing, I need to.
Yeah, so
I
we'll
play
get
enough.
Tarzan started on Twitch, but Val and I currently stream. Right now, I'm streaming Dead by Daylight and Fortnite, and Val, you're doing Fortnite and Witcher and what's the one I missed? Kingdom Come, some Kingdom Deliverance, some
Yeah,
shit.
it's a bit complicated to explain when I explain it, but like, yes, I'm doing Kingdom Come Deliverance on my gaming channel, and then on Twitch I'm doing Fortnite during the day and Witcher 1 at night.
So we'll do that. We'll get Tarzan started on Twitch too, and then we'll leave the links to all our Twitch channels in the description on YouTube.
I probably have one and just don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, we'll find Tarzan's account.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll get it active again, and then we'll link in there so you can follow us all and watch us play. And then we play together a lot too, and a lot of viewers play with us too.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, you guys may not have been aware of it because it was more of a Spanish-speaking community thing. But like, there's this huge Spanish gamer YouTuber, gamer YouTuber, I guess, who organized this entire big ass tournament. He actually managed to get 100 YouTubers to get on one tournament of Fortnite, all like Spanish speaking YouTubers. And it was insane. It was like this epic event, and it also broke some records of like live streaming.
Well, that's another thing too that we got to mention that we didn't is that you could adjust your servers and shit. And every now and then, I don't know, maybe I had a couple beers. I'm like, hey, let's go play with some people in Asia. You know what I mean? And or you put it on random, and that's kind of what sucks because one of the key things that I believe that you have to have in this game is communication. So I don't like playing with people that don't have mics. They find ways to communicate with you, but it's time consuming. And in this game, you sit in the field and try to hold up something saying, hey, I need bullets. You can actually pop up a little emoji thing or whatever you want to call it above your head, a little bubble. That's 1 second that someone could shoot you in your freaking skull. So
it's also very intuitive. Like all these little things that you do to communicate with someone without a microphone, like you get it. I mean, like when people are just doing the crouch thing, constantly crouching, that kind of means like drop something or that they're about to drop something. Um, and it's hilarious to communicate that way too. It's just another little quirk of the game.
That's the other thing, man. We were talking about the stars and stuff. They just had this huge Fortnite tournament for charity, $3 million, and did it in an actual soccer stadium, the same one they put in the game, temporarily at least, and had Fortnite in the actual stands and everything. They had all these superstars and big time streamers out there as a pro-am type thing where you had a pro player versus and an amateur or whatever, and raised $3 million went to charity.
Wow.
Nice. See, I like that.
That's how big this shit's. Yeah, I mean, like I think Ninja and Marshmallow Man won the $1 million for their charity, but everybody else who whatever place they came in, they got a certain amount for charity. So they're doing the right. They're doing the right kind of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
The money, I don't know. I know they're making a shit ton, and like I said, that's based only off V-Bucks. No, but I know the player count just reached 153 million.
Good God.
Yes. Yeah. That's a record, ladies and gentlemen, I think.
And just we just got back not too long ago from the Con of Thrones. A lot of things were actually like within a week's time. I got some emails, and definitely plan on being at the next one. And I am looking at possibly doing another, but I'm going to do it much differently. It looks like I got a pretty good idea. I'm not even going to share it with these guys because I know one of them is going to play. I think the other one will not, and probably help me maybe. So I will share with that one. But more than likely, I am going to do another Trial by Trivia tournament. I am also working on a Trial by Trivia panel, which I'm waiting to hear from Sue on. And I think I'm almost halfway done with next year's, the trivia, the Quiz of Thrones for next year. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and I just wanted to be bigger and better than it was last year because it was pretty cool this year, and definitely was a blast, and we had a good time. Definitely, we had some mistakes that I am learning from, pretty quickly. But the big thing I was going to say is last night I realized with my Comcast, and I have free HBO for a year, that I do have HBO Go. So I started a rewatch, and I've already got pages of stuff that no questions anybody has seen yet. So
coming up on the side effect, we do have the JFK conspiracy episode we've been talking about for a while now. Again, we apologize. James is having issues at work with his schedule. We'll get that straightened out. So we should be doing that next week. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, Tarzan will get you on Twitch, or find your Twitch account. And then we'll link all our stuff in the meantime. And me and Val are already streaming. I know Val does. She's got an actual schedule. I just kind of hop on 3 or 4 times a week. But we'll put all that there.
Oh, I do have something, yeah. And also, we have heard your cries for help and whatever the hell you want to call them. But I do have some messages out, and we are working on getting a couple of guests on here. I'm waiting to hear back from those people now. So hopefully here in the near future, I'll get with these guys, of course, but until I get confirmation from them, we should have some guests on here soon. Names
Okay, we're actually trying to bring back the question of the week in a way. We'll see if it works out. But yeah, so let's do question of the week. So hashtag the QOW or Q, whatever you want to do. This time we're going to ask you guys, what kind of skins would you like to see in Fortnite? Like we were talking about us wanting to see the Game of Thrones skins. We've seen the Infinity War stuff, like the superhero stuff. We've seen the World Cup stuff. Yeah, John Wick. I mean, yeah, what would you guys like to have a skin of on Fortnite? I mean, I guess if you don't play, it's kind of hard to say, but maybe if you don't even play, you could come up with something.
Yeah, and let us know if you do play, and why do you think it's such a huge thing, even if you're not a big gamer? What is this magical formula they found, to cover every demographic from 6 to 66, essentially, because that's who's playing according to these numbers.
And go ahead and petition fucking Epic Games and Fortnite that we need the side effect characters.
Oh my God.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, okay. We're
Val running around with a toque.
Yeah, a toboggan.
Oh man, well, it would be fun to shoot you guys.
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
You underestimate the power of the dark side.